bike.
My Defender at sometimes identifies as a razor. Yeah. And that was one of the nights.
That's one of the biggest fucking razors I've ever seen.
It is.
John's Defender
and the
sometimes identifies as a boat.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Mine just identifies as a boat.
Yeah.
Cajun can attest to that. He actually had to swim out to it and touch it one time.
Yes, not actually walk. No, negative. Wham.
Chips identifies as more of an anchor.
If you're going to go, you might as well go to the bottom, right? All right, guys, we're back with another podcast with Outlaw Way. Today we have a full lineup. We got everything from your ball to your whiskey to your cornbread. It's a full baseball team. Who's playing shortstop? Who's the circle or the pivot? Who's the pivot man?
Pivot man's got to be JBall over here.
JBall pivot man?
Yeah, JBall definitely pivot.
Yeah, because I'm pivoting between the two mics.
No, because you have no fucking hand moving every time you talk.
Whiskey's over there pitching from the outside.
Watching Donald Trump.
I don't play no sports with balls, man.
We're playing ball right now with JBall.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've gone to several rides and we've been dealing with some balls.
I don't know whose beard was doing what.
We've never had this many people at one time.
No. But when you got this many damn people, when you got this many stars
never had this
at
many
the same
people.
place at the same time, you got to make the best of it. So which means we got to buy a bigger kit. We got to get some more microphones.
We got to get more.
Yeah. We got to get a bigger mixer board because we can't put it.
J-Ball said get AC first. It's hot as hell in this building.
We have AC, but apparently something happened.
Because I know what they're saying. You're old. You need some fucking help.
Hey,
Yeah,
his
come
sound
on,
system,
JBall, you just hit the
he
big
needs
4-0,
all that he
son.
can get.
Have you
There you
been in
go.
his bike?
I've been in his bike multiple times.
Have you
Yes.
rode with him
Unfortunately, once.
when he was like tired, wore out,
Huh.
drove all night long, pissed
My
off
ears
in the woods,
bled.
lost, tired, gone? Have you
I
rode
went-
with him then?
I went
Hungry?
from the booth to the camper 100 yards and lost a partial of my hearing for life.
It
It's
hurt.
ridiculous.
It's painful.
I
riding with
contacted
him.
that,
Painful.
what is it called? What's that company that puts that shit in your ear?
I don't fucking know.
I called them.
The
when I
hearing
got
aid
earbuds.
company?
Cochlear?
Oh, God. I don't know what the fuck they said. I didn't understand the song. But you can damn sure hear it.
Nobody understands the song. It's too fucking loud. It just vibrates your whole
Jonathan's
body.
screaming right here. All I see is,
I'll
Cheeto
tell you.
talking about how horrible it is. He came straight back and was like, J-Ball's bike's louder than mine. I got to put more
yeah, I put
speakers."
more in it.
And mine's still louder.
It is. It is. It is.
Well, so here's my thing. Mine is pretty loud, but not in the cab. Mine is very loud behind me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
Specifically
that-
behind
This
me.
is very true. This is very true. I've
seen
been
the
in most
pictures?
of them.
You
I
seen
gotta
the video
give
of
him that.
Jacob Jack's bike?
I
They
see
did
it.
the Ford in the tailgate.
Yeah.
That dude's like a mile down the road, and it sounds like it's right beside.
Well, they're
you.
like all compression.
Mine's still louder.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It is. It is. His is louder. His
Are you all
carries.
Rockford?
No, Audio Legion, but they went out of business. When I first bought them for my roof, they were like $550 a set, and then the LED grills were like another $80 a piece. So I bought enough to do my roof in my bike, and then I was out on the lake one day, and some guy rolled up and he had them on his boat, and I said, "Man, what do you know about them?" He's like, "Oh, they went out of business." He's like, "They're on sale on the website right now." I was like, "Bullshit." And so I got on the website, sure as shit, that they were on sale for like $159 a set. So I bought like 20 sets.
You should have called him. Like, y'all
But he's like, "Well, sell me some." And I said, "No." They said, "What are you going to do with them?" I said, I don't know. Future
He's
shit. I
got
don't know.
speakers on his portals.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got speakers somewhere.
I got speakers on my toilet at the house.
Yeah,
he got a speaker somewhere because it's loud as fuck.
He's got speakers on
You
the
fuck around and
portals.
wander
He's
behind his
got 'em
bike to pee,
everywhere.
you're going to get a fucking ear bleed and some more bullshit
Yeah,
going.
Bryce was riding behind me at Boggs, and he's like, "Dude,
We turned our shit off. It's one of those things where it's like kind of everybody has that like, oh, my boys is loud, mine's is loud, my this.
yeah.
No, I don't. But unless it physically hurts you, don't even bring it up. Like if J-Ball's shit's in the conversation, I'm just
Yeah, you're
like,
for-
and
We're
I'm not
gonna
trying to be
change
an
the name to
asshole.
J-Loud.
I'm just saying like it's just it fucking
His bike is
hurts me
J-Loud.
to be too close.
You're
It is
four
to the
side by
point.
side behind, and it still hurts.
Yeah.
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 It is to the point to where you don't have to look for him
No,
at
no.
night.
You just
You have
listen.
to listen
Yeah,
for
you
him.
And I
Listen,
know the next
yeah.
song that's going to play 18 minutes before the fucker comes on. That's
And
how
while you're riding around, you're actually listening to it that loud?
yeah.
Dude, he
No, he feels it.
From the time I get there, when I get on the bike on the trailer after I unstrap it, I fire it up, I put it on full tilt, and it never gets turned back off until it's loaded back on the trailer on Sunday.
Oh, we gonna need a remote to your shit.
So you turn that motherfucker up all the way. Well, you got 6 batteries, yeah? You got 6 batteries. Well, so how the fuck do you charge these bitches? Because I'm a little confused because I got 3 batteries.
You don't cut that motherfucker
And
off.
I
when you
have
crank
to-
it, you don't cut it off.
I have to charge my shit like every 2-3 days
That's why you got
to
3.
play it that long and that loud.
Yeah, and I do charge it for 3 or 4 days before I go to an event.
But you don't have to charge it at the event.
At night, like the 4 hours that I do sleep every night, it is on the charger. But the limiteds actually
That 4
have a
hours is
bigger.
not guaranteed either.
Yeah, no, it's
that's-
definitely not
No.
guaranteed. Well, it
No.
normally is because I normally didn't sleep the day to get there, so I'm definitely sleeping while I'm there.
That definitely
But-
didn't happen on the last ride.
Well, that was Cheeto's fault.
No, it actually was John's fault.
I'm just trying to get to this whole
It was
thing.
John's
yeah,
fault.
actually,
I've gotta
because
have the
John
story
set his
again.
beer down and said, "I'll be right
he
back."
did. He said, "No, we're going on a night ride." He said, "Fix your clutches in your razor. We're going on a night ride." He said,
I'll
and
be
he
right
set his
back.
beer down right next to my razor, and he said, "I'll be right back. I gotta go take a piss," and we never seen him again.
Motherfucker went to a
His beer is still on my trailer, waiting for him to return.
Some homemade donuts.
7,000 miles
And then
later.
the next day, he
that was
decided
at
to rub in
7
my
o'clock.
face how he was sitting on the back porch of the house that was on the lake or the river, and he was eating.
And that was what? That was 7
all kinds
o'clock
of
Friday night.
fancy
Homemade donuts. Beignets.
beignets.
Oh, yeah,
My wife
yeah,
was
we
beignets.
did.
So that was 7 o'clock Friday night
That we left
when
on the
he
night
set his
ride.
beer down.
Yeah, and then we left at
At
7:45.
4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, we came out of the woods.
2:30. It was
2:30?
2:30. Yeah,
2:30.
Yeah.
At 4 o'clock, we went to lay down for an hour to go ride and woke up to you loading the bikes already.
Yeah.
And I had a great time at that ride.
That was a
Speaking
good
of
weekend.
donuts,
It
do we have
really
any of those
was.
donuts left?
Yeah, we still got donuts
Where they at?
in the break room.
Jada,
Jada,
you want to bring some donuts?
bring them donuts.
Well, I'm hoping this big ass winch I just gave you last night, JBall, will get you out of some shit next time you're in it.
I don't
No,
think
no,
the
no,
winch
it's
stops
not
you from
stuck.
running
It's-
into the side
Yeah,
of
I'm
embankment.
definitely. Yeah, he gave me a 12K Super ATV winch.
Hey,
last
it would have
night.
helped though. You could have probably winched your bike up and got the damn tire back on.
No, but still,
Well,
he's not stuck. He loses
so-
tires.
No, we tried the winch thing.
Well, yeah. So that's what happened that night that we didn't get back till 2:30. It was Cheeto's fault until about 7:30 that morning because his tires kept coming off the bead. We kept having
Which
to
is
run back and
JCX's
forth.
fault. Let's go with JCX on that.
All right, that's
Or
JCX's
High Lifter's fault. It's High Lifter's tires. Somebody's fault.
Somebody's fault. No, it's definitely not his fault.
No,
I
it
think
wasn't
it's
my
y'all's
fault.
fault for going on a trail ride on 50s through the fucking mountains.
No.
It
No,
wasn't my
but I will
tires.
tell you
It was
this,
his
hey.
tires.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
now, once
This was
we-
fucking hilarious, though. We got
Now,
back to the booth.
We got back to the booth. We got everything we needed. We went back.
This old man said, "Y'all been riding all night?" Like, yeah. Where'd y'all ride at? I was like, fuck, I don't know. We've been all over here. Well, in those bikes, because we had the biggest bikes there. We did. We're like, yeah. He's like, bet y'all didn't ride Trail 4. You fuck up on Trail 4, you're dead. There's like 400-foot cliffs and drops. I pulled my map up from Lost Riders. We spent 4.5 hours on Trail 4. So
Yeah, at one point that night when we were going to get stuff and bringing it back, Cheeto actually had to drive his truck back there to a certain
I drove my
point.
truck down the trail.
We then loaded everything into my bike, and we started going down the mountain, and my brakes weren't working that well, and I couldn't steer it.
The accelerator was fucking optimal.
And I hit the side of the wall. Thankfully, there was a wall. I think this was actually Trail 4. And
It was.
when my tire hit the wall, it snatched the wheel, and the bike got stuck on this trail. So, and then we couldn't, it was sideways, so we couldn't get anything behind it to winch it backwards.
Now, by this time, we've gone back to the booth twice because for whatever reason, so I got a flat. We're not that far from this gate we're behind.
No,
so
he-
take
his
me to the
tire
gate.
fell off
I'll
the
walk
bead,
to the
completely off
trailer.
the bead.
I'll get the jack, the compressor, everything. We'll come back, change the tire, no problem. Well, I didn't think about the compressor only holding a certain amount of air and not being able to re-air. I mean, I didn't think about all the big shit. So I had everything.
He
but
didn't
then
think
not
about a lot
enough.
of shit that night. That was the
So we
first
had to go
thing.
back. Well, after the third time of walking back, I said, fuck this. I drove my truck down the trail.
No, so back to the air compressor. So he didn't realize it only held so much air. So then it ran out, right?
Right.
So then we went back and we got the generator, all right?
And then
And then he brought that back, and then he forgot that only holds so much gas. Nor did he check to see how much gas was in it before he brought it. Nor did he bring extra gas.
Hey,
So then we had to go back and get extra gas.
we were tired of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And did you
Hey,
hear
but
how
one
all
of the
this
times,
started?
hey,
It
one of
was
the
your
times
fault.
went back. It was your fault.
That was not my fucking
It was
fault.
your fault.
Yeah,
fault.
there's a
Let's go
beer
on that
can.
ride.
There's a beer can
Still
still,
in the
on
trailer.
J Ball's
But
trailer.
one of the times we went back, we found an old pizza. We ate that.
We ate the pizza.
I got y'all some pizza that one time.
Oh yeah, John
Yeah.
did get that
I
pizza.
did get y'all pizza the next morning because I felt bad for
because
y'all.
he knew he was about to fuck us, so he at least left us his old pizza.
Well,
Moral
so,
of the story: memories. We had a good time.
More of the story
That
is
and
if you
take 'em
don't
out
see
to
me
eat.
in the front 5 or 6 bikes, don't fucking go.
Well, we were waiting for you because you said I'll be right back.
But then when you left and you never saw me
Well, she said if
anywhere-
we're not behind that gate by 8 o'clock, we couldn't ride.
Yeah, he had
That
no
was a good
intentions of being
indication.
behind that gate. By
We had to
8
be
o'clock.
behind that
That was
gate.
a good
to the-
That
indication
was a
that
good
at 8 o'clock.
indication that there's a reason they don't want you
Yeah.
out
Well,
there
because
after 8 o'clock.
some dumbass fell off a mountain and they didn't want to reclaim the insurance. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Probably some dumbass with some tires too big to fucking go on the trail.
Yeah,
and
like
fucking
We made
split
it down
off.
every trail. And on his bike, my bike, everybody.
My defender at sometimes identifies as a razor, and that was one of the nights.
That's one of the biggest fucking raisins I've ever seen.
It is.
John's defender
And the loudest.
sometimes
And the loudest.
identifies as a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it definitely does.
Mine just identifies as a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cajun can attest to that. He actually had to swim out to it and touch it one time.
Yes, not actually walk. No, negative. Swam with a
Chips
fucking
Chips
cable in my
identifies
hand.
as more of an anchor.
If you're going to go, you might as well go to the bottom, right?
That's the same ride up there in South Carolina.
His identifies as an ornament.
Cajun had to
Yeah, I was
Thank
about
you.
to ask because I've never even seen his.
fucking
Well, we're on the subject, so
Since
let's
you've
just talk
been
about
going
it.
with us,
So
see,
let's
mine
just talk.
has been stripped
Yeah,
apart.
We're on the subject. So worst rides, biggest things that happened. Like I can remember you and y'all two just cruising,
Oh yeah,
just
ate shit.
just fucking cruising down. And all of a sudden, hit a whole fucking bike disappeared.
Yeah.
That was that same day that I got there, about an hour before I got there.
I thought it was a different park.
No, that was Boggs.
That was Boggs,
We did
yeah.
it twice,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. So me and Cajun went riding by ourselves one day to go trail ride, and everybody kept talking about this pond that nobody could cross.
Oh, the one with the boat.
Yeah.
No, that's at
No,
Boggs. I'm talking about in
no.
South Carolina.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
in
They had
South
this
Carolina.
pond that
Oh, okay.
nobody can cross. Nobody's ever crossed it. They were right.
They were right.
You can't cross it. You can't.
I'm pretty sure John turned around where the helicopter got hung up.
So
Yeah.
I went out there.
He
I
got
went
out there, and all I could see was his fucking head. Like
the water-
literally, the cab and his head. And I'm thinking
You did
at
that
some
shit at
point,
Nats too, didn't he?
either
did.
turn around or throw it in reverse, do something quick going that way.
I couldn't go
I was
over.
about to say, where was we? Was on the river. The guy was like, "We're gonna get a really cool photo.
was
All
Nats.
y'all back
It
your
disappeared
bikes.
Nats.
Yeah.
All of you back
yeah,
your bikes
yeah,
out to the
yeah.
channel, right where it drops off, and
What
we're gonna line
dumbass
them
said
up,
that?
and then stand on the
probably-
that cornbread dude."
That was
So
a bad idea.
we're gonna
Hey.
get a picture. So John jumps in his bike, backs up. I watch his back tires drop down. He stops.
Hey,
He's like, "This ain't bad."
We didn't
I'm
calculate.
standing toward the bank
the
watching
current.
him, and I can see he's done stopped, and his bike is steadily
Yeah,
sinking.
we didn't calculate
where the current is washing the sand out from under it. So I was like, "Hey, get out!" So he starts moving. Of course, he's not really moving; he's just spinning tires. The channel's about to take him.
Yeah.
So I holler at somebody. I'm like, "Run hook a winch to him."
That
They're
was
like
me.
moving like snails. I'm like, "No, like now." I think that's when you
I
started
ran
grabbing
out there,
stuff.
but yeah, I ran out
But
there. And that's why
within-
somebody to swim out there for his bike.
Within
just keeping you in
5
shape.
minutes, how many bikes was stuck?
There's
Seven.
6 or 7 motherfuckers out
Seven.
there buried
We-
in the frame.
And we
literally-
broke
This is
5
South Carolina?
out of the
No,
7.
this was it.
Whiskey, where were you at?
we
when you were
literally had
coming
a
back full
chain.
speed at like 7.
We had a
Like, your bike
chain of
wouldn't
7
do.
bikes
That was-
trying to
that
pull
was
him
nasty.
out.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
nasty.
I
I showed
went-
up.
I
I
went
showed
to
up
that
right after all this
beach.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
I went out there
Yeah.
all the way.
No, see, when I pulled up to that spot, I wasn't with you guys, but I saw the water moving, and I said, "Yeah, fuck that."
Yeah, I went out there like 200 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
drove
he was
around.
in the middle. He
we
was
drove
in the
around in it
middle.
a bunch, but it was
Yeah.
like, just keep moving, drive in, make a loop, come out.
Don't stop.
John backs out all the way until his back tires start dropping down in the channel, which is on the other bank almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah, we
idea. Bad idea.
They said I wouldn't do that shit, but I was out there slapping the dash.
I blew
That was
a
Ricky
diff
on his shoulder telling him
and
to keep
couldn't get
going,
water
keep
in my
going.
shit.
They're
So
like,
we're
"You
riding
got
and we're
it."
like, okay, just stay away from water. Where does John go the first fucking place? Water.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't my fault.
No.
Oh,
I was influenced.
So
Or
I'm
they-
gonna, I gotta ask this real quick
thought you
though.
were
I
the
hear all this
influencer.
destruction shit, but you know what the common denominator is with all this, other than y'all being some shitty drivers?
It ain't the driving.
K&M.
It ain't the driving.
Oh,
It
it's
ain't the
all
All
K&M,
y'all got them
baby.
junk ass K&Ms.
Nah.
When are y'all gonna switch up?
I got a Polaris.
I do not. have a
Nah.
K&M.
I got a
Now look.
Polaris. I rode with you all last
Now
weekend
look,
in my
come
Polaris.
on. Come on.
The only
That's what I'm
Polaris
saying.
is-
Come on, man. Y'all
Your
got
hat-
to.
I'm gonna back you
your
up
hat
on this,
stuck in the
Whiskey.
70s and your mind stuck on Polaris. Come on, bro.
I'm gonna back you up, Whiskey, because I
I
rarely
would back
get to
him up.
ride
Your
because
shit's in
they're
pieces
broke.
back there. I wouldn't back that up.
Either I go riding
You
by
got
myself.
4 frames
Your
and
shit
you
won't
can't
even
ride
back
none
up.
of them.
Now listen,
Exactly. You had to rip it apart to make it stop.
Yes, you had to rip the frame in half to stop it.
The frame got
Bro,
ripped in half
Whiskey,
by
if
a
you put
bearing
your-
from TCP.
If you put your
No.
if you put your Ranger on 50s, it wouldn't last one trip. The frames on those Rangers, junk.
You might be right.
My frame
the
will look-
Can-Am Defenders, if you're gonna build them big, you need a Defender.
But you got to replace every damn thing else on it.
You do.
You
And
have to
just like
replace
the same
everything
thing
on the Ranger,
Polaris
including the
Ranger.
emblem.
Same,
But
same
I'm-
thing.
No,
buy
just
a
the
load of
frame.
square
Now you couldn't
tubing.
give me an X3. I'm a Polaris Razor guy.
You need to drive an X3. My
I have.
friend.
I have.
I love my X3.
What
I'm gonna tell
would you say about a bearing? What'd you say about a T?
Okay, you used it the other day to pick the Megatron up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used it to
Y'all-
rip him in half,
Jumbotron.
too.
You and I don't remember who else was. I think it was Zach maybe.
Yeah.
Was pulling him.
No,
When
we
he got
had
stuck.
6 winches on it.
Right, but y'all were all in the back of him.
6 and 2 snatch blocks.
Then
Yes. One of them would be in
TCP comes in from the side, and he's got this new bearing
Like
that
90
he's trying
degree.
to do, like 90 degree, and he hooks to the side of
But
the
you-
bike, and he starts pulling the bitch from the side while they're pulling
While it's against
backwards.
logs.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And-
know. I stood on the running board trying to get my wife out while it was like this.
Me and him are hollering. Don't go low from the back. Don't pull from the side. Like
Yeah, but y'all's ass
No,
didn't
no,
come in there and
but
help.
It
Y'all's
can
ass-
be done. 'cause
Whiskey was
that's
the only
how-
one back there trying to help.
That's
What?
how we got my
What?
Defender out that night.
You came out there, what, once?
Up to my nutsack, that was enough.
We was there for an hour and a half.
This is
That's
just
awesome.
all collateral damage. This shit happen. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
it does.
It just shit happens, man.
But this is all what makes
Part of it. Part of the game.
worth it.
But it took
every time I
one
got
hell
stuck,
of a
I got out of the bike.
catastrophe to break that Polaris.
And when you broke the Polaris, all you were actually doing was actually just trying to follow me. Let's all remember that.
Well, if we back up and hear that
Technically
story,
is not true.
now if we back up and hear that story, it's like 11:30 at night. Nakia says to John, "Let's go ride. Let's go get some holes." John says, "Man, I'm tired. I want to go to bed." Nakia says, "Come on, man. You're talking. You'll go something or another." His facial expression changes. He goes, "All right, follow me."
No,
we didn't make it past the
bitch.
first hole.
I was say that was like the first trail, I think.
Yeah,
It was the first hole.
No,
It
he just
was.
said,
We
all
coulda
right,
threw
let's
a
go
rock.
get stuck.
That was
coulda threw a rock to
100%
where we
premeditated.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could have threw a rock back to where we started that ride.
He knew what he was
Did you
doing.
drive off?
He had it in his eyes. I jumped in behind him. He hit the hole and come out.
Gotcha,
I hit
bitch.
the hole, got stuck through my line at his bike so he could pull me out real quick because here he come.
That definitely.
You
leads
didn't
to
go
the
through that hole.
morning now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
went
did.
on
No,
the
you
side.
didn't.
The hell
No,
I
you
didn't.
didn't. I was behind John. You went to the left side.
Yeah, he went
I
to the
went-
side of
You
it.
did not go through that hole. John's the
don't-
only one that went through it.
I don't know what fucking
I
hole
was
is
in a
what. I know
Can-Am.
I was behind him on the other side while you were stuck. That's all I fucking know.
While
I was
I
over
was
there.
stuck. You didn't go through the hole I was stuck in.
I couldn't. You were stuck in it.
I know. You did not go through that hole. And John
Apples.
went through it. I'm watching him. He goes through. Literally about 3 inches of his tires went in the mud. And he come out those this deep.
Can-Ams are better. That's why.
Now, you straddled something.
How did I get behind you?
Come on,
Skill.
Whisk. You gotta don't let
If
him
I
just
didn't go
throw
through the
that
hole you went
Can-Am out
through,
there like
how
that.
was
you
I
gotta
behind
come
you?
back.
They know. They ain't pulled me back
That's all I
once.
know.
Do what?
Skill.
True that.
All you got to do is
You
follow
went
me.
through the other hole to the left of where my
Cautiously.
bike was.
I was right behind him.
I
Yeah.
was.
No, you were behind me.
No,
I was right behind him.
No, you came in way after we got stuck.
Way after.
We went to the right and got hung up on the logs. Actually, what we
Right,
ended
right
up getting
behind
hung
John
up.
Michael.
And then you went to the left of us, and you came
Yep.
out in the same spot that John came out, but you went in different.
I've actually got a lot of GoPro footage of this. We just never published it for insurance purposes. But now that he's got a new frame, I mean, I can upload this in 4K later today.
I'm
Insurance
sorry,
said, insurance said, screw me
I'm not
anyway.
trying to argue nobody, but I was directly behind him. We got out of the same hole. We stepped out, watched
No, you
him
wasn't.
go into the hole full speed.
we
Watched
got
him
it on
come into
video.
it.
We'll debate this.
Okay, now do you
Me
have
and Cajun was in the bike.
Yeah.
We was
Nacho.
right behind John.
Nacho, do you have any type of frame stiffeners or
Yes.
or anything?
Yes.
You had them at that time.
Now.
Front and rear.
Now. Well,
Not at the time.
We've already welded the bike back together once at this point before you ever hit that hole.
The front end.
The front end's been welded back together.
We actually
because they didn't have any frame stiffeners.
The same day, we ripped the tabs off the front of the frame, welded all that back together, put a frame stiffening kit on the front end, then went out a couple hours later and bent the rear of the frame.
Okay, so hold on. I got a question real quick. So you're talking about frame stiffeners and beefing the
Where did we
frames
get the
up.
frame stiffener for the front end? I don't remember that.
At that point,
So Super ATV makes one that bolts from the bottom. This is what I've had on my Defender, and then Catvos actually makes frame stiffener like plates that bolt all the A arms together in between all the A arms on both sides of the A arm. So where the bolt comes in through this side, you got a plate, and
That's what
I've always had.
That's what I just put on the rear end from High Lifter. The whole rear has the plates on all the tabs.
I stripped mine to the
I've
frame
had
and
these
re-welded
kits.
that whole
This was
mother-
before High Lifter had one, or Jake Moorhead had one, or
I guess what I'm getting at, so if you're going to do all this, it really doesn't matter what bike you got because you're not running the factory.
No, it does because the Rangers, the way that their frame is set up, like the tabs stick out by themselves,
Right.
and they're thin.
So they're just a better design.
The Can-Am is a better design, but I mean, if we're being honest, none of these bikes are made to be put on 50-inch
No.
tires.
Hey, and it's also because they're in the work class or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You go to
These
a
bikes-
sport model, like
Yeah.
all this shit they're talking about. A lot of it can be avoided. Just go to a Razor, go to an X3. They just take it so much better. They're built better for that. Like now, granted,
They're
you
built
lose your,
different, bruh.
Bro, on God, bro.
On God.
It's gonna be hands in a second again. But hey, no, it's like they just take it better. They got better ground clearance, shocks longer, everything about it's bigger,
The
better.
Defender and the
stronger.
Ranger are made for the farm.
And it makes
Well,
sense.
and the
I mean, to
Razors-
be honest, the bikes that most of them are running are what I call farm bikes.
Yes.
They're made to be on a farm. They're made to haul hay.
but they're more comfortable.
Right.
They're
No,
not.
Put more people in
I
them.
mean,
Yes.
Yep.
But and like the Defenders, the Rangers, the Generals, all these farm bikes, they have A arms front and rear. Where an X3 and a Razor has trailing arms in the rear.
Right.
You're never gonna rip your frame apart with
Right,
trailing arms.
right.
Which is actually that's how I'm building my Defender now because I'm over it.
The man knows Defenders. He's a Defender guy.
So has anybody actually looked into
I
or
told you
seen
that. I
more
sent you
about the new
pictures
Extreme Duty
From
Ranger?
that, yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah, I don't really want a Suburban, so
I haven't really looked into it much. Man, my thing. We've had this conversation before. I'm more man. I look at. That's why I don't run fender flares on my Razors and shit, man. I look at this thing more like a crotch rocket or a fucking race car. You don't see no mud flaps hanging off a Corvette. It's like. So I like my shit
I
looking
have seen
slick.
mud flaps on a Corvette. Actually.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I mean maybe Louisiana or some shit
No,
like that.
Louisiana, Florida.
Mississippi. It's fucking Mississippi.
Okay, Mississippi.
Florida.
But you
Brittany will
get,
back
you
you
get
up.
what
It's
I'm,
Mississippi.
You get what I'm saying. You won't hardly see any of my
Mud flaps
stuff
on a Corvette.
with a windshield on it or none of that. Like I like it. Like a Harley. The wind in your hair, like feeling it.
But also, I've been out riding with you, Whiskey, and it's raining, it's pouring, and y'all are drenched. You're freaking soaked.
If
And
you're
these-
on a side by side, you just soon get ready to get wet.
Yeah, but if you got a
muddy.
windshield, you can knock it out of your face.
and I'm smiling ear to ear,
Yeah.
boy, eating that shit up because I live for this shit. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I mean?
tell you like this: I have been with every one of y'all, and with windshields, with doors, with all the comfort,
My windshield's
and I
always
got
open.
home that night just covered in fucking mud up to my head. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm all about the
I might
Harleys.
have the
when you
windshield
said
and the
the Harley,
doors
you're right
and-
up my alley, and I understand exactly what you're
That's
saying.
just my style. That's my style.
Start off with the
we got
windshield. You ain't got to worry about cleaning the motherfucker
Yeah.
if it gets dirty. You
We're
know
all
what I
going
mean?
to
'Cause
end
it ain't
up.
there.
We're all going to end up muddy.
You
We're
just
all going to
keep
end up
rolling.
covered head to toe with everything broke. But at least we started the night not getting hit in the face with the Ranger.
I'm pretty sure at Greasy Bend, I was in my limited with windows and door, and I'm pretty sure I was the dirtiest one there.
I'm pretty
that
sure.
night.
But they're
I'm pretty sure the trip that I was with John, that he just fucking drove off the earth. He's got a cab, he's got doors, he's got the windshield, and the fucking mud went completely across my entire body.
I slapped the fucking dash on my shit.
Yes.
I think I
hit
got
the
y'all though,
front.
like it's a
I hit the
sport.
front and back of my head at the same fucking time.
I think I got y'all though because at River Run, I hit a hole that I had to cut a sunroof to get out of my bike. The whole bike disappeared.
Oh, that would have been sweet as hell to see.
That was a good time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if you'd have been on 50s like mine?
He would have still disappeared.
He would have flipped over.
He just swam
Funny part,
out.
the funny part, this bike's coming to me. I'm coming this way, and it's a stock bike, probably on 30s. It's got all these sound wake towers and everything. The wake towers are dripping mud, and in my head, I'm like, "Where'd you go into?" So I stopped. Where's that hole at? It's right back there. I drive off. Well, it's a stock bike. Never one time thought about the wake towers are at the top of his bike that is at the top of my bike. If they're covered in mud, meaning they went under. Like, I didn't do the math.
Yeah, obviously.
And I drove off in a hole, and I'm telling you what, it was bad, dude. It was bad.
My question is real quick. When are we gonna? The answer may be never, but when are we gonna be like, all right, this is good. Let's not go no bigger because.
Well,
I personally, I have
there
so
on
much
mine.
fun on 40s, bro.
Yeah, no,
I just
You
went
can
to
still go
40s on mine. I
fast.
love
but
it.
that's why
but
I have the big bike.
Yeah.
I'm not going smaller on that. I'm just gonna make it to where it's not hopefully gonna break, or maybe not as often. But I also have my Razor on 37, so I mean I
Yeah,
got
but
the
you're two
best-
different
I
guys,
got
though.
the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You're two different guys. I don't know if you know this. When you're in your Defender, music's up, you're having a good time. When you're in that Razor, all you hear is yeehaw, whoop-cha, whoop-cha, and the attitude comes with it, dude.
Hey,
It
but
is-
both of them are fun.
Hey, they're both fun. Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes Greg sitting over there from JTX, he knows my Defender at times will identify as a Razor.
Oh yeah, that was actually.
It makes the noise and everything.
I remember that trip. Was that not at the boat?
No, this. Well, I mean, there's
that's
been many
sideways.
nights. The night I'm talking about with him was at
Well,
was
the
Greasy
bikes.
Ben's.
JBall.
Oh, yeah.
JBall. That bitch was. That was after we pulled it out a little bit.
See, I got a picture of that, like, of my Defender, but on 50s like that.
Yeah, I was.
At Boggs, actually.
It was great.
Boggs is wild.
Boggs is a good park.
Hey, what's y'all's park, man? What's y'all's park?
Man, I had to, I got to
love
go
Boggs.
with Boggs, man, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Boggs
was
and
River
Boulders.
Run, and the reason it was
River
River
Run.
Run is because for me, you had rocks, you had mud, you had sand, you had the High Line. It was more like homey. It was a nice park. And so we went to Boggs. Man, Boggs is just that's a
Boggs
good
was
park.
fun.
Whiskey, how far is Boggs from you?
What is that, like 13 hours?
What about you, John?
12 hours?
12
You need
hours.
me?
No, I'm sorry. Boggs. I think that's like 8. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and it's 6 for me. So I mean, Boggs is one of my favorite parks, but I like the fact that it's only 6 hours.
Mine, it's 12 because 80% of the trip for me to Boggs is fucking 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
Like, I hit interstate.
I like
3
Muddy
hours.
Bottoms, man. I thought that was a lot of fun. That was pretty cool.
I haven't been to that one yet.
Muddy Bottoms, they have a great setup, and they used to be way better than they are now. They used to have concerts every ride, events every ride. They used to have so much stuff go on during a ride, you didn't have enough time to go see all the events. Now they don't do any events at all, no concerts, no nothing. They just let you ride.
I don't care what events they got going on when I go there, because I go there to ride.
Yeah, man.
I've only watched one concert, and that was with Whiskey at
Kid G,
at
Bailey
we
Zimmerman.
watched Kid G because that's one of his buddies. That's
Yep.
the only concert I've ever watched at a park ever.
Really?
Well, one of our biggest issues with Muddy, my biggest issues, because we set up and we sell T-shirts, merch, and meeting people, and the way they have all their stuff set up. Like, if you want food, you go a quarter mile that way. If you want merch, you go a quarter mile this way. If you need gas, you go a quarter. So when you need gas, you go to the gas station, get gas. You never have to see the vendors. You never have to pass anybody's booth. You go to
Right.
different areas for everything. They need a vendor area that everything's together. When you got to go get a bag of ice, you're
Yeah,
going to walk
yeah.
past us and
It's
go,
the same
oh, they're
place."
here. Let's get an
Yeah.
autograph. Let's do this. So it's all so spread out
Yeah.
that half the park could not even know you was there because
Yep.
they never passed you.
Yep.
River Run, everybody's down
I haven't
that
been there
one.
yet, but this year I'll be there.
That's
Right.
that's the park I enjoy most, and
Yeah.
I like the way it's set up. I like the placement of everything, and the riding is good. So you got deep water, you got good mud, you got
Fucks, a lot of
trails
deep
that you can go ride and stay clean if you wanted to. You want to go? So
What's the worst part?
do what?
What's the worst part? Nobody wants to talk about the worst part because they don't want to blast nobody. But
Yeah. Which one's the worst part?
I mean,
I don't know.
I thought the one I know Whiskey's not going to agree because it's like his hometown park, but the one that we just went to was
Taylorville.
pretty small.
No, actually, I won't disagree with that. And it's not my hometown park or anything. They good people put it on and everything.
And we had a great time.
You can run the whole park
in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
in a Defender on 50s.
Yeah. We were very fortunate. We had somebody that knew the park really well and could
dust,
take us a little bit longer.
The dust there, it's not even dust. It's like
powder.
It's like baby powder, but it's like 6 inches thick.
Hey, but what's wild is Taylorville,
You know, they're
Illinois.
asking right now, what's the worst park?
But the thing is, though,
we've been to between Sabine and
You weren't talking, were you?
no, you're good.
no, what is Sabine?
I like Sabine.
I was going to say, I
I was going to
thought
say I like
I like-
Sabine. I think
Sabine was actually, I
Carolina,
like Sabine.
to me, was probably the worst part we've been in.
And I had a great time
And it was
there.
it
I
got
love
better.
that. See, and I actually
It
like,
got better
I
when we
actually
rode
liked
it,
that
but
I had a great
it
time.
was the
I,
worst
did,
one.
I loved it.
that might have been the worst night.
Yeah,
But
I had
don't
a-
even-
Well, no, it's just the whole.
No, the worst night for
park
y'all,
itself.
no, hands down, has got to be North Carolina.
Yeah.
No, it's no.
But I still had fun.
Me and Cajun were at the bar. We went and watched a concert.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
in beignets.
Yeah,
we had,
Oh,
it was
we had a
beautiful.
damn blast,
We had a great
man. It
time.
was-
He pulled that little trick fuck move on us. He let's go ride, and then he went out and had a blast.
Well, it's like this. If
It was
I'm
an
going
awesome
on a
weekend.
ride and you don't see me in the front 5 or 6
Yeah, well, you
bikes,
didn't, you
I'm
didn't
not
tell me
going.
that till after this ride.
Yeah,
Well,
well, now
you
you,
see-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you notice when he's not there, I'm not there.
Yeah, it's like this. I know when it's not going to be a good trip. So I just sit it out.
So basically, if Cheetos going night riding, don't go.
Not
If
on purpose.
I'm not going.
Not on purpose.
I would not suggest going.
You don't want to go. You don't want to leave after midnight. I don't.
No, God.
I'm cool with like coming in. It's one
I
thing
don't-
you go out at 9 and you're back at 2.
No. I
But you don't
leave
leave
at 9.
at midnight, huh?
I don't leave at 9. If we ain't left before the sun goes down,
Bruh,
I ain't
you-
fucking going.
You
Yeah,
bugging, bro.
See, I literally go
He's-
to night ride.
You
like
rookie.
I'll ride until
I enjoyed night
until
riding.
I start to see the sun start to creep up, and then I haul ass back to the camper, pass out till about 10.
You know, where,
Get back up, do it all
John,
over
where
again.
was it at? We let everybody go ride. Me and you built the fire. We drank.
Bogs and boulders.
Yeah, bogs and boats. We sat there and drank, had a good old time, visited with people.
Yeah.
And we were both in bed for like 11:30.
Yeah.
And Chip came in at like 6 the next morning.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah, we had a
up,
great time.
eating breakfast, had a good time.
Yeah. I will ride all night long as we started that ride at 7.
Yeah.
But if we ain't starting till 9 or 10
yeah, 'cause
or
we
11,
did
well, I'm
one.
not going.
We
Oh,
did
bro,
one
those are the
at-
best.
This is all being recorded, right?
We
So
did.
if
we
we
did.
start at 7,
Hey.
he'll ride all night.
Oh, we
That's
did.
what he
We
said.
did the
That's what he
first night
said.
we
We'll bring
rode
it up.
at Sabine. We left after I cooked.
Yeah.
We left at about 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And we got back like at 2:30, 3 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
He's technically meaning the night ends at 12, though. That's all night.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
When I tell you,
All night to him is like at 12, you're in the next day, are you?
I've done the ride till daylight rides a lot. And I don't like it no more.
Do you have any video proof of this?
I do.
I don't like
I
it
do.
anymore.
Yeah. You can clearly see me being physically abused by my wife. Everything past 3 a.m. It's
Yeah,
very-
wait, when mine's ready to go back, I go drop her off, and then I go back out.
I don't ride with a group that you can go back and drop people off with. Okay, when we're out there,
But I don't go out of my way to go drop her back off. But normally we got to go back at some point and get ice or
oh no,
more vodka or more.
Every time we
Fireball.
go at that point, somebody is hung up, stuck, broke
Oh, fuck
down.
yeah.
Yes.
And then we're just
well, no. See what
we're
happens
just
is
screwed. We're just there.
we start riding at 7 p.m.
Somebody
We
broke
ride
by
till
9.
11:15, and everything's great.
The best
and then-
memories are made after 11:15.
And then somebody breaks something, and then we realize we're on the complete and total opposite side of the park.
Yep.
Nobody brought the tools that they always have with them. Just this one time, they don't have those tools this time.
That's exactly right.
And now I end up under a side-by-side covered in differential fluid with a ratchet strap with somebody's shit winched up to a tree. Who was that one time?
Why
that
are
you?
you going to pick on one time? We do it every ride.
Okay, so-
with somebody.
So the
the Polaris
last
breaks once, and they got to bring that
That's
one
what I'm
story
saying.
up.
They
constantly.
forget everything
Yes.
else.
it wasn't
Oh,
just that
what?
one. There was
Yes.
there was one ride we went on, and it was It was 1:45 in the fucking morning, and I clearly remember my hand slipping off that fucking ratchet strap because of mud and sending it into a fucking dip. And I thought I broke my fucking hand. And after that night, I was like, you know what? I'll be damned if I'm a fucking 2 a.m. mechanic.
Hey,
ever
wasn't it
again.
like a
Well, you
week?
see,
Fuck this.
Wasn't
John-
it like a week later you underneath your bike with a welding machine?
During the fucking day. Yeah.
John is
with no
really
shoes
good
on.
Yeah.
when you get in that situation. The tires folded under, the bike's bent in half. You're stuck 8 miles from where you need to be. You're in a creek. You got to
Yeah.
get it out. John's good at looking at it and going, "Okay, let's rig this shit."
I can fix some
Put
shit.
a ratchet strap from there to there, a
I know
chain
what
from
the
here
fuck
to
I'm
here.
doing now.
And
I
next
can-
thing you know, that dude is rollable.
Like I am.
John's also got the bike that have like almost no tailgate left.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a
From hooking to
911
people.
mechanic,
Yeah.
okay?
He is
You want to
dri-
go back to camp, bitch? I can go back to camp.
There
Let's
is a
fucking
lot
go.
of times when something breaks, we're there, and it takes a group of men putting their head together to figure out how the hell you even going to start
Yep.
getting this thing out of here.
I've been tempted to get a sticker put on his bike that says tomato.
I'm telling you what, I'll fix some shit. You want to go back to camp? Me too, motherfucker.
Yeah. yeah.
See, but now
Hey,
we
we
got
gotta
now
get
we
that
got
before
whiskey biz over
midnight.
here with the Thumper Fab 6x6 Defender with
Yeah,
the
man.
welder on it, every tool you can
My
imagine.
only issue with it is I got so much shit already. You know what I mean? So sometimes, you know what I mean? So
Hey,
sometimes
just
it may
bring
not
me
make
and
it.
I'll drive it. Just bring me,
That's
I'll
fucking
cruise
heavy.
around.
Just leave it
Well,
with
it's
me and I'll
getting
make
it
sure
there.
it
You know
gets
what I
there.
mean? That's what I'm saying. Like with my trailer, I can only
We'll
haul so many
we'll
and
call
stuff.
Doolittle when we get off the phone. I'll get a trailer. I'll go pick
Yeah,
it up.
there we go. I do need
I gotta
to
hook you
arrange getting it shipped at
No,
times.
I
but
think you need to
Hey,
have.
I love
I'll
that
hook
thing.
you up.
I love that
You
thing.
need to
Only
have a
5
second
hours
level
for me,
built
Whiskey.
on the trailer. You need a second level on the trailer,
Hey.
like a
That-
stacker.
Don't go that route.
Hey, that's a. I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you that's a video idea I got coming. I'm gonna jump my razor off the top of the trailer.
Off of the top of what? You
My Doolittle trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, because the roof is
Yeah.
was built to withstand like
People,
people
yeah.
could stand on it. So
Yeah, it should take it. I got to take the AC off, and there's a couple other little logistics things I got to do to it. But I'm gonna jump it off there.
Are you gonna
Uh,
put like some like
No,
something rough up there?
No. Sending it, raw dogging it. But hey,
So are you going to find a cliff or something to try this on before you do it off the trailer?
No, one.
You'd never
one and done, baby.
You'll never
Like-
get it the same
But
anyway.
you could slowly do it higher and higher until you go, hey, okay, it will do it.
Well, it's like it's just this.
No, it
like
will do it.
and that's
because
pretty
they-
high.
The
100%
suspension
will do it.
setup.
100% will do it. I've jumped it off. Probably higher shit than that. Like I run it out of like what are the loading docks multiple times. I've jumped it off trailers multiple times.
A loading dock is
5 foot.
much
we're
lower
gonna go
than the
to. We're gonna
trailer.
go. We're gonna double it. But I run it out of.
If you can do 5, you can do 10.
Yes. See,
That
thank
really
you.
not
That's,
that big
that's
of a
the kind of
difference.
motivation I need.
It's the difference of 4 tires hitting or a grill hitting.
Either way, it's going to be
no,
awesome.
it's that.
I love that.
Hey, that has nothing to do with
That's
it.
why
As
you
long
have a
as he's-
following and fans right there.
As long as
But
he's got
that's
the
why.
right equipment strapped in, it's not really going to matter where it lands. It's pretty much going to all hit the same.
No, some of them hurt worse.
I got
than
no
others.
problem with letting that fuck it flag wave every now and then, boy. And you know, I keep one in my back pocket. So let's send that bitch. That's
Well,
what I
either
do.
way, guys, this is the Outlaw Way podcast here. And we're about to get off here. We're about to find out if Whiskey has life insurance real quick.
Oh, I got it
but-
on him
I
already.
think if he's willing to do that, let's put that
I mean,
bitch
we're
on the
going to get it in
roof.
4K. We need to. But either way, from the boss, JBall, Nacho, Cheeto, wherever the fuck he is,
He's gone.
Cajun, and WhiskeyBiz, there's only one way.
It's the outlaw way.